Georges Seurat was born on December 2, 1859, in Paris. He grew up in a well-educated and affluent family. Despite facing early tragedy with the death of his father when he was young, Seurat displayed an early interest in art. He studied at the École des Beaux-Arts, where he developed a fascination with the works of earlier masters and the scientific aspects of art. Seurat's early experiments with color theory and optical effects laid the groundwork for his development of pointillism. Inspired by the ideas of scientists such as Michel-Eugène Chevreul and Ogden Rood, Seurat sought to create a new method of painting that would rely on the viewer's eye blending individual points of color. This technique involved applying small dots of pure color next to each other, which, when viewed from a distance, would optically blend into a harmonious whole. Bathers at Asnières, painted by Georges Seurat in 1884, stands as a masterpiece that epitomizes the brilliance of Neo-Impressionism. Through meticulous application of pointillism and divisionism, Seurat transforms a seemingly ordinary scene of leisure by the river into a harmonious and contemplative visual experience. Seurat used a variety of means to suggest the baking heat of a summer's day at the riverside. A hot haze softens the edges of the trees in the middle distance and washes out color from the bridges and factories in the background. The blue of the sky at the horizon is paled almost to whiteness. A shimmering appearance at the surface of bathers at Asnières subtly reinforces this saturating heat and sunlight. The slightly leisurely state of men's clothing, such as bowling caps, boots, and sleeveless vests, suggests that some of the individuals on the shore are either workers or lower middle class. Even the two individuals in the water do not appear to be swimming. As a social contrast, a bourgeois couple, adorned with parasols and large hats, is seen crossing the river on a boat, with their oarsman being the only person actively working in the scene. The postures of the bathers reflect the characteristics drawn from classical sculpture by the artist. The figures on the riverbank remain as still as sculptures, and Georges Seurat portrays them with well-defined contours, their smooth bodies defined by uninterrupted outlines, resembling figures within a talisman. The isolated figures are given statuesque but largely unmodeled treatment, and their skin and their clothes are clean, with a waxy finish. They appear unself-conscious, at ease in their environment, and, with the possible exception of the boy to the bottom right, are locked in a pensive and solitary reverie. The background is filled with bright and hazy sunlight, creating an almost eerie scene as if time has come to a standstill, and all actions have been frozen. Seurat's careful selection of colors contributes to the overall visual harmony. The dominant color scheme in bathers at Asnières revolves around tranquil blues and greens. The river, the sky, and the foliage are rendered with a subdued yet rich palette, reflecting the peaceful atmosphere of the leisurely scene. The cool tones contribute to the overall sense of calmness and contemplation. The depiction of bathers' skin tones is a marvel of color rendering. Seurat employs warm and cool tones to create a mosaic of colors, emphasizing the individuality of each bather. The flesh tones are composed of a myriad of hues, demonstrating Seurat's dedication to capturing the complexities of human form. The industrial structures in the background, including the chimneys and factories, provide a contrast to the leisurely activities in the foreground. This juxtaposition can be interpreted as a reflection of the societal changes and the impact of industrialization on the urban landscape. The inclusion of industrial elements in the background, rather than detracting from the natural setting, adds layers of meaning to the composition. The integration of nature and industry becomes a metaphorical exploration of the evolving dynamics of urban life. Seurat's revolutionary technique, characterized by the use of small, distinct dots of color, invites viewers to engage in a unique visual exploration. The precision with which each dot is placed showcases Seurat's dedication to his craft, creating an intricate tapestry of color that comes alive when observed from a distance. The composition is both carefully structured and thoughtfully executed. The figures, arranged along the riverbank, lead the viewer's gaze into the scene. The spatial arrangement and the perspective create a sense of depth, allowing us to immerse ourselves in the tranquility of the setting.